Car accident psychological injuries, PTSD, anxiety and depression. Car accidents often leave behind visible scars, broken bones, bruises, or lingering physical pain. But some of the most life-altering injuries are invisible. Survivors may struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, or depression that quietly disrupts their health, work, and relationships long after the crash. These conditions can be just as debilitating as physical injuries, and recognizing them is the first step toward healing and legal recovery. The law in Pennsylvania recognizes psychological injuries as compensable harms, and survivors have a right to seek justice when emotional trauma follows a collision. A lawyer can guide you through the process of building a strong case that addresses both physical and mental suffering. Psychological injuries manifest in many ways. Mood changes may include sadness, guilt, or emotional numbness. Cognitive effects range from intrusive thoughts to memory gaps. Survivors often avoid driving or social situations, while physical signs such as fatigue, insomnia, or racing heartbeat mimic medical conditions. These symptoms may appear immediately or emerge months later in the form of delayed onset PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder is one of the most serious outcomes of a car crash. It leaves the nervous system in a constant state of alarm, producing vivid flashbacks, nightmares, or hypervigilance. PTSD is marked by intrusive memories, avoidance of reminders, negative shifts in mood, and heightened reactivity such as anger or poor sleep. Anxiety may also take the form of generalized worry, panic attacks, or vehophobia, the paralyzing fear of driving. Depression, another common consequence, involves persistent emptiness, loss of interest in daily life, exhaustion, and in severe cases, thoughts of suicide. These conditions rarely exist alone. Trauma often creates a cascade of overlapping disorders, making recovery complex. A comprehensive psychological evaluation is crucial to identify all co-occurring issues and establish treatment. In addition, the law requires careful documentation to prove the existence and severity of emotional harm. Medical records, therapist notes, expert testimony, personal journals, and witness statements all help translate private suffering into evidence that courts and insurers recognize. The impact extends far beyond the individual. Emotional trauma slows physical healing, worsens chronic pain, and disrupts sleep. It affects careers by impairing concentration, productivity, and in some cases, the ability to continue working in one's field. Families also experience the strain, as irritability, numbness, or social withdrawal create distance from loved ones. Spouses and children may develop secondary traumatic stress, mirroring symptoms of PTSD themselves. Pennsylvania law allows survivors to pursue compensation for these injuries, but insurance coverage plays a decisive role. Drivers who select full tort preserve the unrestricted right to recover damages for emotional distress. By contrast, limited tort restricts non-economic recovery, even for severe PTSD or depression, unless a serious injury threshold is met. Exceptions do exist, such as cases involving DUI, out-of-state drivers, uninsured motorists, intentional crashes, or accidents where the injured person was a pedestrian, motorcyclist, or passenger in a commercial vehicle. This is why survivors should consult with an attorney who understands how to present psychological harm in legal terms. The right law firm can ensure that emotional injuries receive the attention they deserve in court and at the negotiating table. Compensation is not just about emotional validation. It addresses lost wages, medical care, long-term treatment, and the financial toll that trauma imposes on families. The hidden aftermath of a crash is real, but so is the path forward. With the help of Luxenberg Garbett Kelly and George, PC, you can take action to secure justice and rebuild your life. For decades, this law firm has represented accident victims across Western Pennsylvania, protecting their rights and securing compensation for both physical and psychological harm. You can contact us at 724-658-8535 or visit us at 315 North Mercer Street, Newcastle, Pennsylvania, 16101.